Take a theme, any theme. What are all the potential perspectives one could have on that theme? Oh, well, there's this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this. Take each perspective and turn it into a character. Boom, cast. Don't include characters who have nothing to say about your theme. It doesn't matter how fun they are or how attached you are to them. If they don't have unique perspectives on your theme, they will just take up space. What's that? You're starting with a character?
Unacceptable!
Just kidding, that's perfectly fine. Figure out what your character's core belief is. Do a Jeopardy on that belief to figure out what question it's the answer to, and then figure out all of the other potential answers to that question. But what if I'm starting with a plot idea? Same principle. What moral, emotional, or philosophical issue might the people in your plot argue about? The people on either side of that argument? Those are your characters. No matter what your starting point is, you end up with a cast of characters orbiting a theme. And since they have different perspectives on that theme, these characters are going to be in conflict with each other. And that conflict is what we'll call the plot. Now, is any old situation going to make your characters do a conflict? No. If a bunch of characters have different perspectives on the ethics of cloning, and the plot I give them is an Olympic bike race, their differences are not going to shine. But if I put them in a plot where a clone has escaped the clone lab, I repeat, a clone has escaped the they're going to be at each other's throats. This is the stage where you might feel inclined to designate protagonists and antagonists. Please don't. Try to see them all simply as characters. Writing gurus will drone on and on about what makes a good protagonist and what makes a good antagonist, as if there's some metatextual fairy dust you should be imbuing in each of these categories, but there isn't. All characters have their own justifications for why they believe what they believe. Maybe that justification comes from their backstory, maybe it comes from their ongoing lived experience. But either way, it's critical that you figure out why each character occupies their initial orientation on the theme. Now, by saying initial, I'm implying that a character's perspective on the theme could shift. In fact, it could. This is called an arc. But bottom line, if you put a thematically diverse group of characters in a thematically relevant situation, you'll have a strong foundation for your story. And then you can add personality and flavor and style and aesthetics and vibes all on top of that sturdy thematic base. Any questions?
Yeah, what if the audience doesn't like my writing?
Then you should eat them.
And who are you exactly?
I'm just some guy. I made all this shit up, just like Joseph Campbell made up the hero's journey, and Dan Harmon made up the story circle thing, and Blake Snyder made up Cats. There's no such thing as a legitimate art education, and professional just means someone is willing to pay you. I don't claim to know the ins and outs of the industry. I just know which creative techniques work for me. If I have a breakthrough, I share it. My methodology is constantly expanding as I learn new things and meet new people. This video was an extremely general overview of my shtick. Since I've realized that I can't expect people to look through all of my old videos like chapters of a book, I've pinned this one to my profile so that my key points are accessible to new viewers. In my other videos, I go into depth about various narrative problems and how I solve them. Here are some of my videos. You can watch them if you want to, and you can also watch them if you don't want to, but that would be really weird.